I am so excited to bring on our next comic. They have done the Laugh Factory 87 times. That is insane. Give it up for the incomparable June Gorman. 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 June Gorman.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is June Gorman, and I firmly believe that the worst thing that a transgender woman can do is buy shoes online. For me, it's incredibly difficult because you have to get extremely specific. You start at the very top and you Google something mildly demeaning. For instance, the go-to for me is cross-dresser or drag queen shoes. Horribly demeaning, but in order to hit every single SEO sort of thing and get into really all of the nooks and crannies of the internet so that you can find what you need to find, you have to string a bunch of words together and you end up with something like, "Daddy wants to be mommy." Daddy wants to be mommy for one day and one day only. Daddy cannot be mommy. Big feet, big feet. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. The only thing that you can do that is worse than that as a transgender woman is be Caitlyn Jenner. And I think that we can all agree on a few things. Number one, vaping is the banned t-shirt of nicotine. Number two, Number two, Beyond Meat is the dildo of proteins. And number three, Caitlyn Jenner is the Morrissey of transgender women. At the start, they were both interesting, they were subversive, and they were a lot of fun, but now they've fallen into an alt-right pipeline, rapidly progressing to a point that is no longer interesting. That's not a joke, that's a fact. Because vaping is fun, Beyond Meat tastes good, and Morrissey at least had a few good songs. But there's one thing that I feel bad about for Caitlyn Jenner. There's one thing. It's that her old name is all over the internet. It's in history books, it's all over everything. And I think that that is terrible, because that's one of the questions that you don't ask a trans person. You don't ask a trans person what their old name was. You don't ask them a lot of questions. And there are a lot of questions that you don't ask trans people. So I've come up with a list of questions that you should ask your trans friends in order to get to know them better. However, before I would like to preface this list that I do believe that you can ask a trans person anything if you are insistent enough. For instance, I was at the pharmacy the other day, and an old woman came up and tapped me, and she said, "Are you a man or a woman?" And I just kind of looked at her and she said it again, "Are you a man or a woman?" And I said, "Why does it matter?" And she looked at me and I could see that her heart was filled with sadness. And she just said, "I just want to know." And I told her because I felt bad. But the questions that you can ask your trans friends in order to get to know them better. Number one, fuck, marry, kill. Rush Limbaugh, J.K. Rowling, and Dave Chappelle. Number two, you've got a great rack, sorry. Are you one of the ones that wants to keep them or cut them off? Number three, you seem to be a Caitlyn Jenner type. Have you ever been to Daddy Wants to Be Mommy for one day and one day only shoes.com for your shoe needs? And before you say something like you're punching down on Caitlyn Jenner, you're punching down on her, no, I'm not. I'm punching directly eye level because we are actually the exact same height. Punching down would be exposing the life of my 5'6" father on stage for a laugh. The last time that I was jealous was when we had an intervention for my dad. Because that's kind of my thing. And you can always tell when it's somebody's first time having an intervention. It's always a little awkward. Walk into the room with friends and family, oh! Thanksgiving came early. No, I was jealous, and it's one of those things where I'm quite seasoned at it, and it's interesting to compare because he was an alcoholic, I was addicted to PCP, and you might be wondering, June, why the fuck did you do PCP? Why was that the thing that you decided to get really into? And I always say that it's because nobody told me not to. But what I wish that somebody had said, to me whenever I was about to start doing PCP is that if you do PCP, you may find yourself on a roof. And when you're on that roof, you may notice that it hasn't rained for a while. So you begin to do a rain dance. You don't know how to do a rain dance. And then you see the ghost of your father, and you assume that you've done a death dance. And if you don't know how to do a rain dance, you definitely don't know how to do a death dance. But it still scares you, so you climb back through the window, because the only thing that you can think to do is to exchange your life for his to reverse the curse. You get into bed, and you drink an entire bottle of CBD sleep spray. That's the only, you drink an entire bottle of the stuff that you spray it on your pillow. The CBD sleep spray with essential oils in it that you spray on your pillow. Because that's the one thing that you can think to do to reverse the curse. And CBD sleep spray does not kill you. I am a living testament to that. It just gives you a really bad tummy ache. And I emailed them and I told them that. I said, you should put it on your bottle somewhere that you're not supposed to drink this. And they said, it is very clearly stated multiple places, not for any safety concern, really, but more of as a liability issue. Thank you guys so much.